And hey, Anime Daydream, doing it again. Let's see. We are going in not so far back, not so far deep, but we're digging. We're giving you rare treasures from the bottom of the barrel's harsh, but I guess it's kind of there because no one noticed it, not because it's shit. Sometimes it's shit. We gotta do real shitty ones someday. But Anime Daydreams, that's another bonus episode with another guest. This time, who was here? Who goes? Who goes there?
Oh, hello. I'm Review Cultist.
And I'm Greg.
You need to put some more oomph into your introductions.
Well, Master, I am the gargantuan, regurgitating, extraterrestrial gargoyle known as Greg for short.
Nice.
Welcome to our spooky ass anime.
Woo! Spooky. Horror.
I want to be your shitty ass goblin and intro goblin one episode, and then leave the call, or just cut that in.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to one day. Next time we have you on the show.
Yeah. Anyway, review, Mr. Review. You're from Dente Rigamortis podcast I've been following for a while now. Reviewing spooky things, so I thought this would be your this series would be your kind of your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I've
been
following your stuff since you started a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that. What was that? You and the Mac.
Basically, since you told me.
Yeah, intentionally dating this episode, which I never got why it's a bad thing in particular, but
yeah, I don't know. Maybe just when years from now, when you're looking back, it's man. It's
about a month. Okay. Yeah.
You put a lot of episodes in 1 month.
Yeah, I mean, we made sure we had a backlog, and 7 just went up.
Oh, okay. Today?
Yeah, an hour ago. I finished the
click. No.
just doing the episode I don't know what's better if you're committed to the show and there's something you're oh man, that's so great, and oh no, look out, Yuki or something.
Oh god.
Or if you're if you walk away from the microphone and you're very distantly listening to our episode, laughing too hard.
You just hear me you just hear my
judging it
close. It's
The door's shut all the way, creaks back open. You're oh my god, worst episode yet.
Jesus,
where's all the Angela?
God, it's a complete sausage fest here.
And then a third track of this episode of you listening to this episode and reviewing it out loud.
Don't tempt me, Greg.
I fucked this one up, Greg.
I already have on our Patreon that we're gonna be having our other co-hosts reviewing our old shows. So,
wait, is he listening to the stories or is he reviewing your actual episodes?
Yes and yes.
Huh.
They are doing 2 separate episode series. This is blatant advertisement, but they are going to be doing Al Dente Reloaded, which is them listening or reading the old stories that they never got to review, starting from episode 1, and then they're doing Al Dente Revelations, which is a 30 to 40 minute episode where they listen to the episode that me and Leviathan did and criticize us. In the ultimate, commentary on our show.
And who's that again? With Mikey and...
Yeah, that's Mikey and the Gamer
Captain?
in Yellow.
Oh, Gamer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Captain only comes out when there's Slenderman vlogs. Generally. But that's not the show.
This is vaguely the show. That's why I brought you in here. For spooky things.
Yes.
Spooky things and some Japanese things.
What is this? What's the title of this one again?
Shit.
I have it here. Yokai No Waifu?
Yeah, that's how the English came over. It's yeah. We went into how we dug into how that's. I'm gonna blame the subbers on this one because they were kind of shit.
Yeah.
If nothing else, because they had like that balloon font or whatever that is from like I want to say MS Paint or like the word that no one uses.
Oh, like friggin'
Bubble letters, maybe.
Comic Sans, or
No, I don't think even that. Like
oh my
Google in the episode.
yeah.
Bubble letters? Question mark. Yeah, it's kind of bubble letters. Like it's just like they're all just too thick and like round and just a weird. But not on the anime. There, it's just like subbers. Come on.
I mean, the title for the actual anime, like the Japanese one that comes up on the title screen, looked really cool.
Oh yeah.
Even had that
I assume
giant,
it's
skeleton underneath, like in the background behind it, like kind of just holding it up almost.
Yeah. It was kind of like framed between the hands. So, yeah, visually, real solid intro. Like
Yeah.
just square one. I'm like, all right, I'm on board.
Yeah, I mean the intro, like, yeah, when you're watching anime, like for me anyways, the intro, like the intro itself, like the opening, like little cutscene thing, or like that's what makes it for me. And so like sometimes when that's the one that that's the thing that grabs me. And this one was pretty good. Like it had like a nice kind of edgy like like K or J-pop song to it, and it like, but it was like kind of not quite like dark edgy, but it was like a kind of a nice feel for what was going on.
Yeah, had that Japanese guitar kind of thing going on in the background. That
that like
the old school one.
Yeah, like the old like Buddhist kind of like instruments they have.
Yeah,
Shrine instruments that they use.
Yeah, I think we've broken this down before, or at least I have with Angela from letters on the air yet or not, but of just what I think anime openings and endings are supposed to do. We're supposed to be like, "Fuck yeah, we're here! Get pumped, punch a monster, bro!" And
yeah,
for the opening, and then it's like, "All right, chill out, be a little bit sad that we're going." Ending and
yeah, I don't like the ending of the outro music for this one. Like it was,
we got him. We got it a little before. It's weird.
Like it was way too like, so it was like trying to be dark and like morose and sad and stuff, and like,
Which isn't
that creepy
particularly
twink. Like
which isn't particularly with the show.
Yeah,
it's
and like
relatively lighthearted.
Yeah, and like even like the animated clips they had, like it wasn't like a full blown like animated outro, but it was like that those clips that they have like in the amidst the credits, and it was just like really feel good, like kind of almost like Day at the Beach kind of stuff, and it's like that makes no, like, why would you?
Like late and dancey, like it should have been like a little poppy ending also, but like it's like slow cryptic like.
Yeah, like I guess they were going for the contrast, but it just did not work. I don't know. I
guess bare bones premise here.
Oh yeah.
I guess to run that down to just be what it's going for here and what it is.
Me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so basically, it's this monk in training, or like he's a monk warrior, and he's going across. I guess it's feudal Japan.
Yeah, it seemed olden days. We never.
I remember, like, I think there was the one episode where they went to a fairly modern looking city, but otherwise it was like, I guess, on the countryside and out in the mountains and stuff. So
it doesn't really define that for a while, and there is those parts of Japan that are just still that way, pretty much.
Yeah,
scenery wise,
yeah, like it's very like rural areas. And he's like traveling along the roadside and comes across like a band of like roaming yokai, these giant monsters. Like we got Oni, we got Kappa, we have what are they called? The long noodly necked guys.
Nukikubis? Or
yes.
the
yeah, it was that guy. Yeah, I think that was a she. And so like there's. Yeah, and so there's this like harrowing fight at night, and at the end of the day, he defeated them all. Or I guess at the end of the night, he defeated them all.
By before the sun rises.
Yeah, and basically by dawn, like after all was said and done, the ashes were, or the smoke was kind of clearing. he found himself basically stuck with their daughters. Like, they kind of came out of the woodwork. Like, out of the woods
he kind of goes to, like, make sure there's no more around, and the, then he kind of just, like, finds a bunch of, like, very young kappas, and,
yeah, like, we had, like, a young Oni. We had, there's
Yuki
like,
Onna.
2 sisters, like, a Rokurokubi, and then there was, like, the one that's, like, a disembodied head, Nekakubi. They were sisters, and then we
should probably should break some of these down with these armor later, but keep going. Get your rundown,
Yeah, and what were the other ones?
We have the Oni, we have the Kappa.
Yeah.
The Kitsune.
Yep, and then the two girls, the long necked one and the headless one, or the separate.
Yeah, long neck, no neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dodomeki, the one covered in eyeballs.
Right. Yeah.
And missing one. What was it?
Oh, the Jinmek. There was that sidekick guy that kind of showed up.
Yeah, Jinmenken.
The Jinmenku, who was like kind of like a guide of some kind or something for the girls, and then kind of became like this monk's sidekick.
Yeah, he wasn't a father. He wasn't a baby thing. He just kind of was just shit. And was like, nope, I don't want none of this. Like,
they're your problem now.
Yeah, he was he's our obnoxious narrator, know-it-all character.
Yeah,
who's just like, well, you gotta feed them souls. That's how they survive.
Like, I was kind of reminded of the cat from that one show,
Ghost Stories.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was the demon possessed cat.
A little less of meta than that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, this one was actually like a monster. Like, it was not just a cat or something like that. It's apparently an actual urban legend we found. Well, it's not even urban legend; it's old school. Yeah, it's from the. I think we looked up. It was the Edo period. Is how long like there's been accounts of it.
Yeah, real long thing of the dog with the man face, which I also point out is like in pretty much every horror anime, and he also doesn't do shit.
Yeah, I think it's just like because it's unnerving. Like, it's
it's
a ghost. It's a ghost dog with a human head face.
Yeah, there's the one thing like you see them, you will die, or the one that will like rip you in half if you don't answer her questions right, and then like this one just looks at you.
Yeah, just like, oh, what a cute puppy. Oh.
Oh no. This dog has a mustache. Oh no. This is concerning. It's almost like with a samurai, not in this series, but the samurai with an eyeball for his butthole. Like,
yeah.
It's culture, I'm sure, but Japan's got some weird ghosts going on.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's Japan. Like,
I mean, it's also
you love it. You find it weird. It's interesting.
I don't know how well the audio will hold up, but I went to a rant about what makes anime great and boring to me at the convention ruined this episode, and like I defined it as like what got me was when I found Ranma 1/2, and it was like, I watched Dragon Ball Z and that stuff on Tuna. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm all right, I'm fine with this. And then like Ranma 1/2, it's like, oh yeah, it's a martial artist boy who turns to a girl when he touches cold water, and
his dad turns into a panda.
His dad's a panda, and his rival's a pig, and he just gotta marry these 3 girls, and like there's a woman who knows martial arts Chinese food. I'm like,
becomes a no, she doesn't. She becomes a cat, and then I think her.
Who she is chronically afraid of. Yes.
Yeah. Oh God, it's just. Oh, I think Ranma is afraid of cats, isn't it?
Yeah, his dad was trying to force him to learn a forbidden martial art that was somehow involved throwing him into a pit full of cats. I watched a lot of that show because like it got old eventually, but they fucking knew their shit. Well, but I was like, I defined it as
for a decade or so, and like serialized, and like I'm amazed at how like they had to up the ante, or they had to like basically make it fresh by making it weird, right?
They basically eventually got tired of like, all right, I'm doing these 1-2 chapter stories. I gotta make some like mini epic stuff going on, and then
it's like, all right, they get married at the end.
Well, they almost get married, but yeah. Like,
okay, I never actually finished Ranma half, so I never.
I didn't, but I just jumped ahead to the point where I got it, and like, yeah, basically they kind of like let it. He says it. Well, he says, don't die. I love you when she's he thinks she's unconscious, and she's like, gotcha, kind of thing. And the fathers immediately force them to get married, but then every 28 characters that don't want to get married show up and ruin the wedding, and they're like, okay, whatever, wedding's off. Like, for now. Like, yeah, for now. And,
yeah, that's basically how they always do. Like anime, like it seems to be like.
Oh yeah, we've gotten over that.
Yeah, like I remember that in not Tenchi directly, but the Tenchi series GXP, which is like his nephew becomes
fucking that, yeah.
And there's so many like people that like attract to him because he has the Tenchi genes, I guess, or whatever. And by the end, like,
dick, I don't know.
By the end, he straight up has a wedding, like he's gonna get married, and then just as the wedding gets called off because another group of girls captures him and takes him off to their galaxy. And like so, basically, the show goes off with them being chased down by the main cast of girls.
Well, speaking of waifus,
back to Yokai No Waifu.
Yeah, so ironically, it's got like a weird subversion harem thing going on. And also,
Some of them are fairly young, at least like in like design or like illustration wise.
Yeah, we do time skip for a bit, so most of them are maybe high schoolish, a little younger than that. A couple of them.
Yeah, but then they're like, oh well, I'm only like 2,000 years old, or
yeah, because the object lives 1,000 years or whatever becomes an item, a magical thing, or I think.
Yeah, anyway. That's like the that was the
cursed objects.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the umbrella.
That's right? One of a kind. That's one of a type. Yeah. Shit. Now that
we should also kind of like mention like what these yokai are that like we're talking about, because we're just kind of like name dropping yokai like
which we had to be like, oh, we didn't know the names. I didn't know the names of anyway. Most of them.
I knew what they looked like. I just didn't know. Or I knew like vaguely what they were, but I didn't know like the full names. So.
Yeah, they had been background jokes in other anime before, basically.
Yeah, like I feel like Oni and Kitsune and even Kappa are kind of like mainstream enough that you can kind of guess. Like Kitsune, obviously, Fox Demon, Kappa,
Turtle Demon, Turtle Demon, Fox Demon,
and then the Oni are just basically like Japanese ogres.
Rice obsession for some reason.
Yeah, and the Kappa have that bowl on their head of water that if it spills, they're powerless or something.
It fuels them, and they're just the cucumbers. They'll trust to sulfur your butt.
Yeah, that becomes a plot point at some point in the episode.
I understand the generic trick to beat a Kappa was to like challenge it to a duel or a contest or something that will make it bow, and then it will just immediately fuck itself up. Yeah, because they're very polite, actually, despite being cannibals.
Yeah. Despite being like carnivorous, like people that would drown people and then like eat them while they took their soul. Jinmenku, I think we mentioned, like the sidekick dude is dog ghost with a human's face.
Yep, the Jinmenken was it's just do anything beyond that. In Yokai Watch, it was the mangy butt monster, as I recall.
Nice.
What was great was the cartoon really played him really well because he had his whole side story going where he couldn't do anything in particular. He was kind of shit, but he was always getting recognized as a man or dog at the most inopportune moments, whichever one was least convenient at the time.
Yeah.
So like, it's a dog, go throw him in a pound, and he like escapes, and he's like, all right, well, I'm a dog, I might well pee on this fire hydrant, and they're like, that man's urinating on the hydrant, throw him in jail. Like,
oh my god.
He was always getting the worst luck and everything.
Yeah.
He had an arc where he went to prison and became hard and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, and so when the kids summoned him, he would be he'd be like, sorry kid, I'm in prison. And he'd have like a cage in front of him, like.
Oh, like there's nothing else holding him back. Just there's the bars right in front of him.
There's just the bar door in front of him. Yeah, like.
Nice, but
and it's just like I don't want to summon him anymore. He depresses me.
The
Kunis.
The Roku Kobe are, like I said, like they're noodle neck like thing. They have like serpentine like necks that like super long, and then the Nekakubi are a related thing. Where basically their head pops off their body and they go off hunting, and according to the Google entry I'm looking at right now. And those two are redheads. The other ones was, I think the Kitsune was blonde.
Yeah. Big, bright, kind of slightly orange blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Kappa had dark green hair. The Oni
Dodomeki.
blue. Yeah, blue.
Yeah. Red skin, blue hair. And Dodomeki eyeballs was the brunette.
Yeah.
Real straight black. And Dodomekis were. They were like evil spirits who were like thieves in their past lives, and the more things they stole, the more bird eyeballs grew on their body. That was a weird specification that I appreciated. And that
birds do have a tendency of like stealing things, so I can see that.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why. What I couldn't tell you a bird eye from a person eye at a glance.
Yeah, I guess it's just more again for for the people that are in the know, or like just for the extra creep factor. It's like not even human eyes; it's just raven eyes or bird eyes of some kind.
That samurai has a bird eye on his butthole. That's the least of my concerns. Yes, my dishonor is
also,
doubled.
That's a samurai. Oh god. Yeah. So he has these daughters, or he gets these like yokai daughters that, and some of them, I think most of them want to be his like eventual wife or something like that, but then also murder him.
They've got really. There's a variety, and they have mixed emotions. Yeah, like some are like, "I'm gonna grow up and marry you, Papa." Like, because you raise him as his kid, he's the shrines, don't cause any trouble. But yeah, some like, "I'm gonna grow up and marry you, Papa." And he's like, "Ah, sure, good for you." And he's like, Summer is like, Summer like, "I love you, Daddy, and I'm going to be your baby forever." He's like, "Sure, yeah, that's cool." And some of them are sometimes simultaneously like, "I'm gonna grow big and strong so I can kill you, Father, and avenge my real father." And just like he's like, "Yeah, you do that." And like,
yeah, I was kind of surprised that the Oni was actually the one that was like, "I'm going to be your baby girl forever," and then like the twins or the redheads were the ones that were like super pissed. And
yeah,
like not super pissed like outwardly, but like they'd be like all like nice and stuff like that, and then they'd like have some moments where they just suddenly go like the screen was all the background would go dark and like that.
Yeah,
weird,
the
like,
shadow face look. Yeah,
exactly. It's just like
the lines across the face.
Soon. Exactly, yeah. And they just like be conspiring in the corners, like, what are they doing?
Yeah, their heads would like so float off to the side, and like,
yeah,
they having a secret conversation, but you can see where their heads are, so because a giant fucking neck is going there.
Yeah, and just like again, the monk was kind of oblivious to that, just like, huh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, was his name Jingen, something like that?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Jingen.
Jingen Rai?
Yeah, Jingen. Yeah, Jingen Rai. Write that down for later.
Yeah, I'm the girls. I'm not entirely sure what their names were.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
I want to say. I think the Nikakubi redhead. The Nikakubi was Misa, I think.
Yeah, and Taka. No. Yeah, Taka. Or
no. Taka was that one episode where they encountered the Taka.
Oh yeah.
When they went to that kind of more modern city, and then suddenly this like really, it was one of the episodes where it kind of got a little bit darker than normal. Like it kind of went back. It went to its like what the roots of it. Yeah,
because the first like 5 minutes of this show was like hardcore serious.
Yeah, like it was almost like Berserker a little bit. Like just went
almost
like with the fight against the yokai and stuff.
Yeah, and smashing Skeleton Man in half and shit like that, using the actual like monk powers that don't show up for most of the show.
What was that weapon he had? Like was it?
I mean, it was well, he had the whole thing that was the it was a staff, but it had the fucking like chainsaw head when he pulled the rings on it.
Right, yeah.
It like flipped back and like the blade popped out like.
And the rings would just like chime suddenly, and then it would just like. Oh god. Again, it went like kind of like from like it's again like another anachronism. It's like what period is this in, or is this just Japan, like feudal Japan, but with like technology?
Oh man, yeah, that's in general that's a uncommon thing where they're like, like samurai, old school samurai Musou game. Like, we're bored now. There's giant robots.
Yeah, exactly. Or even
um,
like subtly, like I think like Mushishi or something like that. Like I was never sure if it was in feudal Japan or if it was like,
just the country.
yeah, exactly, because he had like
Yeah.
some stuff that was a little bit more modern, but
What was it now?
but yeah, so like they go to the one city or the one like urban town, and like they come across that Teke Teke, which is like a
Mhm.
Japanese urban legend. You were saying, or like off recording.
Yeah.
It's like, and yeah, it's just like half. Basically, it's like a severed person, like a severed girl,
Yep.
and she's
Cut
got
off the
like
waist. Yeah.
she's got like one of those. It's not a kunai.
Sickles.
Yeah, it's like one of those like ninja sickles,
Mhm.
like a short one. And she just basically crawls along the ground hunting people, right?
Yeah, and then it usually like either in like tall grass or like leaning out a window so you can't tell.
Yeah, and I remember like for most of the episode, like we didn't even get to. Well, we didn't. She didn't outwardly attack. You just like if you look, like I caught it like once or twice, and then I think I went back and checked, and there's a couple more times where she was just in the background, like
Yeah, just
off in the forest,
shuffled
like,
real
just saw this,
slow.
like, yeah, or just like this really dark, like this like just dark figure like on the ground level, or like near a window. Like if you looked in like through the window, like there was like a very subtle like color change that you could kind of see her.
Yeah, like when he was out shopping, like he just like just trading with somebody and like and looking in the crowd. Like it took me a while until she was like most of the way on screen, or because it was like real slow and real small, but like
Yeah,
it's
and
kind of
then
like that.
it's like
Guys playing basketball. Like, did you see the gorilla suit go up by? And just was
Yeah,
it's
it
like
just-
real small. Yeah, like not your focus.
until once it like finally comes into focus, like wait, what is that? But yeah, that one got resolved. Like I think that she didn't die, but
No,
she,
he kind of like stomped her ass real quick because he's
yeah, oh yeah,
still
like, there's
hardcore
definitely a
man
little
monk.
fight. Yeah, and I think was the kitsune, I think, that helped out as well.
Yeah, the foxfire bits.
Yeah, and they they basically didn't, they just kind of like banished her off, or like warded her off basically after she was defeated.
Yeah. When was they like when they were fighting her, they led her back to her grave and like
Yeah, because
reunite with her lower half, basically.
yeah, because she had like a sad story. Like she was actually like cut by like she was stuck on a train tracks or something like that and got cut up.
Yep.
And then just basically suddenly just had a sickle, like, and wound up as a ghost.
Oh man, that might be though. Well, two bits that you mentioned reminded me of the technology in old school days remind me of Samurai 7. Did you ever see that anime?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Just Seven Samurai, but anime.
Yeah, but basically steampunk like mechs and stuff like that,
Yeah, legit robot man that
and like a steam, like this giant steam city basically, and then they go to like out into the rural parts or something.
yeah, literally sword fighting mechas for a good part of it, and
Am I thinking Samurai 7 or am I thinking Eureka 7? I think Eureka 7 was similar, but like, because it's all the same like plot, like the Seven Samurai, right? So
they were never in mecha as the main characters, if that's what helps
okay.
at all.
They just had like technology.
It existed. Like one was a literal robot, and
Oh, okay. So okay.
it was just samurais, and this town was being raided by bandits. That was like
Okay, yeah, I was definitely
dudes in
thinking,
power armor and mechas. I'm like,
yeah, I was definitely thinking Eureka 7 then. Yeah, I do remember somebody being a robot in the one thing I saw is Samurai 7 when I was in college. So
yeah, I didn't finish, but I got through the main plot basically. So it was kind of like, let's go fix some other problems while we're at it. I'm like, I get it, guys. Thanks. But that one, and I think it was called 101 Tales. Much more obscure, I think.
not familiar with that one.
Yeah, it kind of like I struggled to get the name for a while because I thought it was like, is that Ghost Stories? No, that's the one that thing. But it's like feudal Japan. It's a guy going around trying to gather 101 like ghost stories. Double check that real quick, but because there's some kind of legend that like if you do that, you'll meet a actual ghost, or
So
you'll get a
like
wish or something like that. But
gotcha. So it's basically like Pokemon, but the story, the never-ending story kind of thing.
yeah, and there's this little monk man who's following around, being like, "Oh, here, I'll help you out. Here's the lucky charm," kind of thing, and then like what we're seeing in the background is that they're him and his two buddies, this beautiful woman and this big buff dude with these big long ears, are variously magical creatures or ghosts of some kind that keep punishing the evil people he keeps meeting.
Yeah.
Like, what I remember clearly about it is like he goes see this baron who's like obsessed with food. He's obsessed with meat. He's like, bring me monkey. He's like, no, bring me horse. It doesn't taste right. And like, they explain it was because he had like he has this like tragic crash. This cart in the mountains, and he ate his horse. It was never the same again. But like, those two characters gradually torture him, like psychologically, by like the woman has like a magical doll that can become people, and like,
oh god,
the buff dude can shapeshift. The monk can can appear wherever he wants to, and they kind of just fuck with him enough to make him confess that he ate a human being. It wasn't the horse he ate; it's the guy who was his driver or something like that.
Jeez.
And they just drive him mad, and the guy's like, and the storyteller is like, well, I didn't get an actual ghost story. I just got a weird story about this cannibal dude, and they're like, you'll get it next time, buddy, and keep going, and like.
And they just kept they kept feeding him like false stuff.
He kept following rumors, and they kept following him for the rumors, I guess, or they were also showing up because of the rumors, and they were just finding crazy and horrible people pretending to haunt them, and then giving them some kind of comeuppance. And
yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out. I remember one of my buddies like showed me like it kind of reminded me of the partially of the beginning of this one, where like it's very much a serious tone, like it's just a bunch of short animated like ghost stories and stuff. Like with the whole like when he first encounters the yokai, it kind of reminded me of that. Like the kind of like this is a serious like creepy, like they're trying to build up atmosphere, and then oh no, Oni-chan and Kappa, or
yeah, it kind of went all over.
I guess it's not Oni-chan because Chan is boy, right?
Well, Chan is little, essentially.
Okay. But isn't like that's the male one, right? Like the male or the male verb?
I think it's pretty much. It's going to come down to how you pronounce it, how you pronounce Oni, but it's not the dad term though.
No.
Oni-san is big brother, I want to say, essentially.
Okay.
Otosan was it? That's dad.
Okay, yeah.
Otosan.
And that was the Kappa, and them basically like running over and just like kind of like jumping on him as if he thought they were going to attack him, but they were just like basically giving him a hug.
Yeah. The Kappa was ridiculously heavy and the Oni was ridiculously strong. They all had little things going on. Let's see. Let's see. They had the Tantic episode. We also had a point of we both kind of were obsessed with the Spider Demon episode.
Okay, so the two-parter, because it was because they on their trail, like on their journey, like they stumble across an abandoned shrine, and not just like an abandoned shrine, like it was like left alone or something like that. No, it was like. It looked like it had been ravaged, and it like had cobwebs everywhere, and there was an egg. At least they thought it was an egg.
Kind of was.
It was, but the egg is singular and not, and therefore invalid with this part. Because and basically they're, oh man, maybe it'll be like another sister, Ochi-chan, and then so they start like kind of like they spend the rest of that episode just kind of.
Taking care of it like a
exactly, yeah, and then
fantasizing life episode I could think of, but
and fantasizing about what kind of like yokai it's gonna be, like if it's maybe a dragon or I don't know what the other ones were. The
Oni wanted another Oni kind of thing, and
exactly, they were like thinking their own types, and then next episode. Like I think it ended on a cliffhanger as it started to hatch. And then the next one, it hatched, but then it also started ripping like silk. And then they realized that the shell was actually a cover for the cocoon. And suddenly there was just 1,000 spider oni, or not spider oni, spider ones.
They had a term, I'm sure, but like doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like basically like a girl's head on a girl's head on a spider body. 1,000 of them.
Jorogumo.
Yeah, Jorogumo. Yeah, we looked it up earlier. And yeah, they basically now, I forgot. And just like 1,000 voices just screaming like Ochi-chan.
Yeah,
they went straight for the monk.
Jingen.
Yeah, Jingen. Yeah. God, it's just like a tidal wave coming. Like it was almost like a clown car coming out of that cocoon.
Yeah, and just all the girls like screaming and running for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just remember, the Nekakubi like basically just abandoned her body.
Nope.
let her sister take care of
exactly what I would have done. Make my head float away.
I think the kitsune like started getting ready for the flames. But then Jingen?
Jingen with a G.
Yeah, Jingen, yeah. He stopped her from, like, basically just flamethrowing them, I think.
Which caught like, the curtains on fire, and she's like, wow, there's a fire! And, like, running around, and wackiness ensues.
Because they had left the shrine, they'd gone on to, like a hotel or something like that, in another, or one of those, like, hostels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the tavern, the
local place to stay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how Japan hotels work. Except for their love hotels.
Or their capsule ones, or the...
Through context.
The ones where it's just a coffin, basically. Or you just go into a tube.
Mm-hmm.
You have, like, no space.
People live in those,
apparently. That wasn't this. This was more like, kind of, like, you had, like, a room and bed and stuff like that.
The old-fashioned bed.
Yeah, so that was fun. Like, just having, like, basically the manager and his wife dealing with all these spider girls, basically.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to like bubble them, basically Steven Universe style, to bind them again. Like
he's trying to like keep them like under wrap, or like trying to like keep them bound, like to keep them away from like harm and from harming anybody else.
Mm.
I can't remember how's that one go. Like
I mean, that part's kind of the highlight, so I can understand that. But it's basically gets like most of the bubbled up, and it's kind of he thinks he's got them all, and you kind of have to like Katamari the ball of spider people back.
They think they got them all, and then there's like every couple of episodes, there's like a single one, like they just kind of like zoom in on.
Just, like, almost, like a less subtle snail on Adventure Time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And she's getting like gradually bigger the entire time, like little bit.
Yeah.
So she's like bobcat size by the end of everything.
Yeah, I swear I thought she was actually going to be the big bad boss at the end. Like that was going to be the final.
She seems too smiley for me to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. She was
kind of like, hey, I'm here.
I guess it was kind of like the ninja dude in One Punch Man. That like the guy who's like, smiling all the time and like looks super evil, but is really not a threat.
Only in context. Situationally.
Yeah. But I don't know.
So I'm gonna drop a little bit. Sorry. I'm gonna drop a little gauntlet on you here. Hear me? Did you get that?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you cut out for a second for me, but let me respond there. But anyway, so clearly there's waifus. I visited your episode about Dente
waifu and SCP, yeah.
But this seems related. So I'm rather than ask, which you're free to answer afterward, I'm going to guess which one was your waifu, or
all right,
you would do if legal yokai age or whatever. Let's see. We've been talking. I think you are. Misa was the neck one, or the no neck one. I forget.
Misa, I think was the Nekakubi.
Yeah, which one again?
The no neck one.
No neck. All right. I think you were no neck. Misa.
It was, it, yeah, it would be a toss up, I think, honestly, between her or the Kappa. The
Cat
Kappa
was
girl.
cute. She's
Yeah.
a little chubby like that. I'm like, I like her
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, I just don't like. It's like I don't know what it is about like frog girls like in animes nowadays. Like they are like they draw them cute.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like
yeah.
like,
Here,
like
Academia really got that going, and then it keeps showing up.
well in Academia and then like in Soul Eater, that's the one. Where
Soul
they
Eater.
had that frog witch.
Oh yeah, the witch.
But yeah, like it would definitely be like a like I don't know a close thing between her and Misa. I can't remember her name now. I think it was
Oh, Kappa.
yeah the Kappa. Ah,
Sasami. That's it.
yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, Sasami, because it's like the girl from Tenchi.
Yes, there you go. That's the one. Sasami.
But yeah, because I don't know, like it's yeah, very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's-
Do
you
me
want me to
next.
guess yours?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Guess mine.
I'm gonna guess the Oni because she was like, I don't know, pretty big. Like
Yeah, like she's. I got a strong girl thing. She's definitely up there.
I mean,
Her
you did
or-
do that. You did do that like novel a while back. What was it? The Hercules thing or
That wasn't even entirely for me, but yeah, that was.
Okay,
I'm cool with it. Yeah,
talk about
but
that. Okay.
I'm cool with it. That one's
Okay.
like remotely legit. Like it had a
That's on
story,
Amazon,
and
so like
let's see. I mean, like non-sexually, I'm just like that's cool.
yeah.
That's a cool thing to have. That's a power I would want. Just like it's got weirdly practical effects. Let's see. Yeah, I think big picture. Eyeball Girl really had my eye. I like their personality a lot. But yep, Oni, Yuki. No, not Yuki. Yuki was Yuki Onna.
yeah, the Yuki Ono. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
She was only there for a couple of episodes, I think, right? Like
She was around, but she wasn't like a major player. She was usually keeping the house. It seemed a lot of the times.
yeah.
Ritsu the Oni. That was
Ritsu,
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call dibs.
Yeah, she also had like an innocence to her too. Like she was like definitely like she had I don't think she was ever going to like she was more about like just being like his daughter more for anything than anything else.
Yeah, you went for the traitor character. I noticed.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. I don't. It's the. It was. I don't. I think it was honestly it was the look, like the spiky red hair.
Yeah. Okay. Are you a redhead person?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't have a preference, but if I had to, I'd pick red.
Yeah, that was why it was a close second. Or it was close with between her and the Kappa because, yeah, I don't know. Cute versus red. So. But,
Yeah, because as I learned, no, as I learned from hosting the live one, people like ships and they like waifus. Like,
they like redheads.
probably yeah. If I ever hear a preference, it's usually that way. The occasional blonde. Not for me, it's for like your people.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I think it's like as we got closer to the ending, like there's like some kind of a Buddhist like or like not Buddhist, but like or maybe it was Buddhist, but like a esoteric like tournament was kind of going on near the end of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, they had the like
it was what was it like monks versus yokai or like
it was kind of like a general like ceremonial monk tournament of what Taoism, Buddhism, whatever he is. I couldn't quite tell. It's the one that like Inuyasha has in it.
which is
Shinto maybe.
Shinto monks, yeah,
that kind of outfit going on. But it was kind of like this general ceremonial thing, and the yokai girls was kind of like, okay, I'm in. Like we live in a temple, we count.
yeah, and it was a little bit of a controversy to the older like monks at the tournaments. Like they're the enemy, kind of.
Yeah, and he's like, well, and then Jingen just kind of like humoring them as he is the whole way. He's like, oh, he's surprisingly chill with everything. He's like, hey, what kind of monk can't beat a couple of yokai? What's wrong with you old timers? And
yeah, like his attitude, like through the entire series, like had a nice arc as like changing from like super serious at the beginning, at least anyway. Like he was like super serious.
Yeah, the real beginning,
like monster hunter kind of character, and then he basically loosened up and got much more mellow as the series went on. Like,
yeah, when that time skip especially, where when they age him up, and he's kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever, just rolls with everything, and which I guess I'm not super familiar with Japanese religion again, but I imagine that's kind of more of the spirit they want you to be in.
yeah, like well, you always want to kind of, I guess, have good vibes, because I mean, it seems to, like, whenever you have negative thoughts or negative emotions or like stressful levels, you end up becoming, and if you die, you become something horrible.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's not even just, that's across like a lot of cultures. It's just like, if you're a bad person or like a negative person in life, you become a negative thing in afterlife.
yeah, I think they're reincarnation, aren't they? Or am I thinking of Buddhism again?
It's a fine line, because there's like a bunch of different. There's a few spiritualities there, like kind of mingling. And I'm
Well,
not,
I think
the last time I looked up Shintoism and stuff, that was back in high school, so like that was like a while ago.
yeah, I think Jimenku kind of bugs him about it, being like, oh, you don't screw up, you'll come back as a yokai kind of thing. And
Look at me.
I'm being useful over here.
Well, because he kind of had definitely had like, at least that's what the subbers gave him, was kind of like so I'm walking here.
Yeah, he had a slight New Yorker accent. His even subtitles were kind of like scratchy.
Yeah, and I kind of always got the feeling that like was he? Yeah, he was just named Jamenku, I think.
Well, they're called Jimenken species, okay. I think.
Yeah.
Double check that.
Jimenken?
Yeah, Jimenken is what their species is called. He was Jimenku. It was like a hilarious nickname.
I always got I got the hint that like he like was like basically like don't be like me kind of thing, or like like he was kind of, like he had screwed up, like he had been very like he had done something dark in his life and became like, because of that he became that. Yeah.
I imagine it's a little bit of that. It's also a bit like, be a decent yokai, don't be shitty ass dog face. Like,
be a decent yokai.
At least like murder a man and become an oni or something. Like,
be a decent yokai guy. Yeah.
More like scared straight kind of.
Yeah.
Also, I always pictured him as being like voiced by the Japanese Danny DeVito kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely had. I could see that. Like if they had to get like, if I could choose like the voice actor, it would have to be Danny DeVito. Like for like an English dub.
Pick Danny DeVito as Jinmenku / Detective Pikachu.
Exactly, Detective. Right. I remember that. Like,
you okay? I have to make it. Yeah,
last year or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they've settled anything with it except for like Danny DeVito's is like, "What's a Pokemon?" No.
Nice. Yeah. And then the tournament starts, and they actually, like, after like an episode of debate, the elders agree to have the yokai girls like join in. And man, that ending, like that final like fight as it went on, like, because it had like about an episode or two of like preliminaries and then like some fights and stuff, and then the ending just like completely shocked me.
Yeah, right? Like we had like a hey, look over there kind of a distraction, cheap winnings, which, well, Dragon Ball reminiscent, but which one was it though? Yeah, when it was like the real back and forth with. Oh,
you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, all right, sorry.
You're good now. Yeah.
Yeah, when it was the real back and forth with the Kitsune.
Between her and the Roko Kubi, right?
Yes.
That was the one that was fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jingen was like just stomping people left and right, and then like he basically happened to trip on when then like Sasami like sumoed him out of the ring, that counted, but yeah, Kinata Kitsune and Rukubi, long neck and Fox Girl, and and they're kind of like flying around the Dragon Ball Z and around the place, like throwing fireballs, and Jing is kind of like, all right, this is getting out of hand, and then like the
that was when the Tengu showed up, right?
Yeah. And she's kind of like, from my father, and she impales him with the spear.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit, they were serious.
Yeah, it's just like, wow. They. Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
Because the Tengu, because the Tengu was like kind of came out of left field, but then like because that was the bird one, right? Like that was the one with
birds, big noses, yeah.
Yeah, and she was actually working with Nekakubi and or Misa and Tekka. Yeah, Tekka was the Rokurukubi. Like
Mozu and Misa were the
Mozu, yeah, right.
The next,
yeah. Yeah, they had been actually like basically in talks with some mysterious figure over the course of the series as well, and then it's revealed to be this Tengu girl that had also like had her dad die, and she was like basically like lingered in the shadows.
Yeah, we saw a Tengu at the start there. We just didn't see a Tengu baby.
Yeah.
At any point there.
Yeah, and then the mastermind or the shadowy figure that they'd be in contact with occasionally finally like showed themselves.
And
I almost forgot about that because it was very seldom when it happened in episodes.
Oh yeah, with the Tengu bit.
Yeah, or like when they would talk to some like.
Oh yeah. When there was kind of like, oh yeah, well, we got when they're doing their little secret lean away talks. Yeah, sometimes there's a third there.
Yeah.
Fucking Jingen dies. Like that's.
Yeah, I know. It's like
he has like a little like, well, I raised you kids good kind of moment, but.
Yeah, and then it all tied back like to like what Jinmenku said, like don't be a bad person or be like me, or like at least do something like badass so you can be something cool.
Yeah, which he kind of did.
Yeah, he turned into a fucking dragon, man. Like that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's reincarnation lottery, like jackpot rather.
Like I think he took care of the Tengu. Yeah, he took care of the Tengu, but he didn't get rid of the other two girls. Like he basically punished them, but didn't like they didn't.
Yeah, he didn't just like again. Yeah, he didn't just maul them. He kind of like golden lighted the Tengu away.
Yeah, that's the other thing I noticed about the series. Like, there was a couple of like vicious scenes about like there's some human victims that would be dealt with by like things that they'd encounter, but Jengu never actually like dealt like it never actually like killed the yokai creatures or the creatures they encountered. It was always kind of like banishing them or like
put them to rest. Yeah, he not since the ghost dads, if you will, at the beginning.
Monster ghost dads.
Not since he exercised Bill Cosby, right? Like,
God. Oh, Jesus.
Man, I gotta run that Ghostbusters game again.
Like, yeah, we really do.
You put you guys against Ghost Dads and Bill Cosby Ghost.
Sorry, you were cutting out there, but it'll probably be fine in the audio.
Yeah, I said, you guys against Bill Cosby Ghost and run that game again.
Yeah, it's like, I'm coming up the Ghost Dad.
I'm brushing all the pudding pops.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be fun.
Mm.
But and then that's basically the series. Like it.
Yeah, he kind of like goes on raising them as Dragon Man.
Yeah, and with,
is implied. Like then they're all kind
of like just chilling there as well, in like the back like in the house as well, or in the shrine temple they're in.
Yeah, they're all just kind of cool with it because now they're like, well, we killed them, we're good, we avenged it. Technically, we're still okay, and so like Mozu and Misa move back in, and
eventually they kind of like, yeah, well, all right, we did that.
Like, yeah, we're cool, right? Yeah, okay.
Sorry, we killed you, stepdad.
He's like cooking dinner as a giant golden dragon, like.
Yep.
Mixed messages. The show, like.
Seriously. Well, I guess the point was like forgiveness and like. It was very much like in Shaman King. Like, Yo doesn't ever like actually kill or like when he defeats his enemies, he never actually kills them. They're very he's very chill and like tries to like basically make them his friend or like show them the error of their ways. And like that's kind of by the end of the series, that's kind of where this one was going.
Well, I mean, end of Shaman King, I believe they literally ran out of money, and so Yo didn't have a boss fight. He just forgave his brother.
Yeah, that's the manga. They actually recently I think he got funding to redo the entire series. Like he actually is I think he's revamped it. to give it a proper ending, like not just the weird like and then his like sidekick character had a dream of them rescuing Hao as a princess.
And then bro fisted their way to victory.
Basically. Yeah, and like that's kind of like the feels you get in this show at the very end.
With
anyway,
this baggy pants and peace and hacky sacky made his way to peace.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's pretty much about it. Voice acting was fine. Like,
yeah, the subbing is really the biggest issue.
Yeah, that still fucked with me.
Like, and the bubble text didn't really like they'd sometimes use it in like in subtitles, and it was just kind of annoying too. I remember.
Well, my fucking subtitle story is when I first got into One Piece, I was like scrounging Kazaa and getting episodes because I was like, I read the manga show and jump. I'm like, fuck yes, this and yeah. And I got my one friend who hated anime to get really into it because it's not like anything else. I was like, I'm reading this new manga. It's about pirates. It's like, yeah, it's great, Greg. I'm like, it's got a shape-shifting reindeer doctor and a dog that sneezes exploding baseballs. And he's like, fuck you, this book, Greg.
Like, tell me more.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I can find like 5 episodes on Kazaa. Some are missing. And he's like, no, fuck that. And he goes on like eBay or something.
And tracks down a copy.
He gets Japanese DVDs because it wasn't even remotely translated yet in America as far as dubbing. And so we got the Japanese ones and got English subtitles on it, which were like passable. Like we got the point. It was there's like some
like if you once you watch enough anime, like you tend to start like at least picking up like the inflections.
Yeah, I definitely get that when I sit around Angela watching shows. But I mean, we had subtitles. It was like just Japanese done English ones. So there was like little misphrasing things that made us giggle. But most of all, almost every character's name was wrong.
Oh God.
which is not a translation thing. It's just a thing. So like, I know the big one that stood out. There was Sanji was sun-kissed for some reason.
Sun-kissed.
Just full-blown Capri Sun style. And
so it was almost like how YouTube, if you put on
I imagine it was like that.
Their paraphrasing thing or the what is it
subtitles version, but it's like audio translated one.
Yeah, it's like robot, like the AI puts in like subtitles for what's like what you're hearing. Like it's almost like Dragon Voice or whatever that.
Voice to text. Yeah. Like,
yes. Text, yeah.
Which I understand is hilarious on our show. But,
yeah.
It's always comment, but the big thing that fucked me up was there's Usopp, the little sniper character, and his father Yasopp, who ran off and being a pirate and ditched him. They're translated to Usopp is called Liar Boo. And his father is Jesus Boo.
Oh.
And we're like, none of those things match slightly. What did that come from? Like, those are the same letters, guys. Like,
wow. Like I was thinking like the Usopp one, like maybe I can get away with it. Like Jesus Boo, but I was like literally just trying to visualize his dad. It's like he doesn't really even look like Jesus.
No, he's big lips, dreadlocks guy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, apparently that's what somebody thought Jesus looked like. Okay.
I guess that's about it. Anything else? Yeah.
I don't think so. I do remember. Where did you find this again? Like the because I think I remember seeing like a VHS of this at a movie warehouse. Like we had this we had this video store in my own town called Movie Warehouse, and it was like one of those like mom and pop kind of places, but like they went the 9 yards with like the horror section looked like a goddamn dungeon, like it was in a little alcove, and there was like dungeon. The walls were like done up to look like bricks from like a castle, and like they had like an anime this is back when I was in high school, so like probably about a decade or so, and it had like a little like nook for like a bunch of old like VHS animes and stuff that were like just getting dubbed or subtitled, and like I remember like getting Blood the Last Vampire and like Journey to the West anime, and then I think I remember I think that's where I saw like the redheaded Nekakubi girl in Misa in there. Is like she was on the cover like, and I think that was like my first time actually like seeing the Nekakubi, and like wondering what the heck it was, and then going on to Dogpile and looking it up.
Yeah, you were just like when I told you on the series like I want to have this. You're like, why do I know this? And you're like
why does Misa look so familiar? And then but like I only saw I remember like when I think I checked it out. I think there was only like an episode or two on the VHS because back in the day VHS. But where'd you find this? Like,
I had to like do like someone gave me a torrent from like bitch subs and I can't find them. So
weren't you looking for like something like waifu-ish, like a thing after the Nightmare Waifu episode we did?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get you a monstergirl show. I'm just looking to dig up. Like, I called in some guys on I don't know on Skype who kind of like getting this deep stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, go through bitch torrents. I'm like, I bitch subs. I'm like, I can't find that. What is that? And like, I fucking hear it, and they just give me direct torrent or direct download link.
Nice, yeah.
So maybe with like what's it called, the Wayback Machine, dig that up.
Find it.
Yeah, that's those days. It was like a predate. It was like a very early take of the monster girl genre, so it's kind of like off in a little ways. And
yeah, I'm pissed though actually because the that video store's totally closed down for last like couple of years.
I understand. They I went there and they were like, "What video store was never here?"
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about?
And then the security guard vanished, and I was in the junkyard. Like,
what? And then the guy walked away, and it turned out he was one of the he was that samurai with the eyeball in his butt.
He pulled his pants down. I saw eyeballs in his butthole. I was like, what?
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm never coming to Japan again. You guys suck. You guys are, well, I'm not calling you an asshole because it's just putting a bit of a fine to a point on it.
Eyeball, man.
You weeks.
God. Wop it up.
Well, yeah, I guess, just...
Yeah, so...
I need a better means of this, but yeah, what do you rate it? Out of what?
I mean, like, it's no Inuyasha.
I mean, it's good for it, frankly, but...
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But
because boy, was that show good for 10 episodes.
And then it just kept going.
Then it kept doing that thing over and over again.
But I think, like... I don't know, I'd probably rate it, like... do we have like out of 10 or something, or out of 5? Or
that's the generic one, unless you got something crazy you want to throw at me.
I mean, I'd probably give it like.
What creepypasta does it rank as? I don't know.
God. I mean,
or that's a pretty vast.
That's also pretty
scale.
vast. Like I mean, if Jeff the Killer's a 1, and Marble Hornets is like say a 5, I'd put it probably at Ben Drowned. In the middle, like the animation was cool, like was okay for the time. I think it was a little
3-ish. That we going for 3-4.
Yeah, about a 3. Like I liked the it was kind of cringeworthy sometimes, but like it was silly and fun, and like I liked the monsters in it. But yeah, and that subbing was kind of what dragged it down as well.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
So yeah, that's mine 3.
I'm a little generous in general, but I'd say a 4. It's mostly for what it does, and that it was subverting things without really knowing it.
Yeah, so, I can see that. Yeah, again, like we didn't see the Tengu coming, like, or that Spider Girl that was like basically being in the. Like in the background, like just like, hey, I'm still here, guys.
Not really do anything either, except for moving in at the end.
Yeah, like I thought for sure, like she was gonna play a part or something, or like jump in and help or something. No, she just didn't really go anywhere. Just kind of stayed.
A Black Widow herring of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I saw her in the audience on the tournament, and that was about it.
Hey, waving at me.
Yeah. like Jengu's like hurt on the ground, like, or like been like stabbed and like dying, and like everyone's, and then just like in amidst like some people who are shocked and like of what's going on, she's like waving, it's like, hey,
Yeah, I thought she was gonna like come over and like web him back up or something, but
no, she just did nothing.
no,
really.
we're fucking killing our OC or MCOC here.
Yeah, just boop, done. But I like the animation. Like I said, the art. I liked the art style, but the subbing and stuff could have been better.
Yeah, I guess that about does it. So, you have a podcast, I think. What's up?
Yeah, I have. As I've mentioned before, I'm of Dente Rigamortis, and you can check it out at basically anywhere that does streams media. Like we're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, Kiwi6, Facebook, Tumblr. We've got a Patreon. Just look up Dente Rigamortis. I do creepypastas. We discuss creepypastas on my show.
That's much more specific. Good call. Clarification.
Yeah. We discuss creepypastas, riff on them, and then like say what we like, what we didn't like. Basically, not quite a review show, but like our thoughts on like how a story could be improved, stuff like that.
It did become much more editorial in a literal editing sense as time went on.
It evolved. Mm-hmm. Originally, I had only planned on it being just like a discussion of like what our opinions of the show was or the stories were, and then as it went on, we kind of like started just like picking away at it and becoming grammar Nazis and basically becoming full-time editors for internet stories.
Yeah, like genuine feedback eventually.
Yeah, like we've actually gotten a couple of the authors email us and ask us like to like can you edit like this story I'm writing? It's like sure. It's like, yeah, I love your show. Like, okay, so you've seen the show and you want to okay. You can totally do another like I have another story you can do. It's like did you watch that episode or did you listen to that episode? Like, okay, like I am surprised that we actually haven't gotten like any kind of serious hate mail from any of the people there. It's like they seem to be genuinely like happy that we're critiquing or
I think
discussing their stuff, and that's really what it is. Like we're just like giving us an honest opinion like of the story, and it's just our opinion of it, right? So.
Yeah, I think you got one that was like, well, it's not for everybody, kind of response of the worst you got, I think.
Yeah, no, that is legit, like, the worst we've got, and that's totally fair. Like, yeah, it's our opinion, it's, like, I'm not going to say that our opinion's the correct one. Although Leviathan will probably say that, but that
I think he has,
he says that and it's mostly a joke, but he is a bit of a narcissist.
Gotcha.
But so if you're interested in creepypastas and you want to hear a bunch of chucklefucks listen to or like read creepypastas off camera or off recording and then discuss them on recording, give us a shout. Give us a look.
Yeah, I visited one of your episodes as well, so that'll probably be up around the same time. What's your upload schedule compared to today?
I think so. I think that one's 2 weeks from now. We have a pretty.
We'll probably be a little longer depending.
Yeah, we have about a 2 or 3 week
Or we can do it early either way.
Time, so yeah.
There's no reason that we do this in order. Just.
Yeah, exactly. It's just. So you'll definitely that one will be up in about 2 or 3 weeks as of I guess of this recording.
Let me know. I'll probably get on mine then try to sync it up.
Yeah. That's basically it. Dente Rigamortis. Check us out. If you like what you heard, if you don't, leave us a comment anyways, because I'm always fine with like us being critiqued or like being commented at, being yelled at, and it happens.
we are podcasters. We are desperate for attention and response to make sure we're not yelling into a cave and just hearing our own echoes.
Exactly. So
yeah. Speaking of, I really got a piece. So
okay.
Give us that good old sign off that we always do on our show here, Crazon. Cultist.
This has been Anime Daydream. Sleep well.
Good enough.
May your dreams be daydreams. I don't know.
Actually, that's really close. Like, I don't think I started bringing the catchphrases until later, but would we lie to you and may all of your days be dreams?
Yeah, that was
my go-tos.
Yeah, hang on, so let me do this. Okay, and
No.
so this is no okay.